Dr. Malone, you refer to yourself as a science person. It's so important. And I'm wondering if there is some synergy here, if this sort of heightened awareness of menopause, be it commercialized or not, has actually brought more people into your office to ask questions about how to manage this period.
Absolutely. I have been doing this when I tell you, I had been in practice for 28 and a half years. When I left my private practice I thought I was going to retire, but I found another calling, and that is this menopause education piece of it. And I joined a startup called Alloy Women's Health, and basically to do what I had been doing in my office, but at a broader, to appeal to a broader group of women, because you understand that there's only so much that the medical profession can do in terms of the counseling for menopause. And let's be real. Doctors, we are facing a real and severe doctor shortage that is going to get worse within the next 10 years. And what doctors are asked to do, and particularly OBGYNs, you're a primary care doctor, you're a surgeon, you're an obstetrician. So there is a lot that's really calling upon your time. And menopause is a complicated process and conversation that must take place over years. It is a preemptive conversation. It is a conversation that needs to go on while a patient is undergoing menopause, and also what to do in those years post-menopause. So I say it is an ongoing conversation. It's not a one-off, because I think that when women get to this phase of life, what they tend to do is that when you think about the fact that there can be over 34 symptoms of menopause, hot flashes, mood swings, sleeplessness, dry eyes, dry vagina, sex, a decrease in sex drive, and the ability to have sex even. These are things, and of course, weight gain, which is always high on women's lists of things that they're concerned about. But all of these things lead to something that's much bigger. And I think that the part that we've really got to address is that when women get to menopause, and before menopause, they have half the risk of cardiovascular disease that men do. After menopause, women's risk of cardiovascular disease catches up with that of men within 10 years. Women have an increased risk of osteoporosis. And again, as we talked about all the sexual dysfunction issues that come up, these are long-term big items that women have got to address. And so you can't have one conversation about menopause and say, okay, well, we're done with that. No, it is a conversation that must be dealt with on a basis, and it needs to be done by someone who is really interested in the topic, because it goes on for years.